Good morning everyone. We are the Group 4. In this video, we will talk about one of the civil engineering equipments of different material manufacturing industries, which is a very versatile machine that has the capability to perform multiple tests, the Universal Testing Machine. Let's go!
Introduction of Universal Testing Machine. A machine used to test specimens for tensile strength, compressive strength, shear strength, and to perform bend tests along other important laboratory tests. The primary use of the testing machine is to create the stress-strain diagram.
Once the diagram is generated, a pencil and straight edge or computer algorithm can be used to calculate yield strength, Young's modulus, tensile strength, or total elongation.
You can see that the machine has different parts, and those parts have different functions. The Universal Testing Machine has two major parts, the host machine and the machine controller. The host machine is a cylinder underneath, a hydraulic loading, and hydraulic plumbing specimen. This machine operates or functions easily and it reads correctly. The host machine represents where the exact section of the test should be conducted.
These are the minor parts of the host machine. 1. The cylinder was fixed on bottom support with bolts. 2. The piston was fixed on work table while work table supports column. 3. The screw crossed over work table down end was fixed on bottom and the up end was connected with up crosshead. 4. There is a remote box button at the lower crosshead so it is easy to adjust the original test space and can clamp the upper and lower clamp automatically and column lift upper crosshead to achieve tensile, compression, and bending tests. And 5. The machine controller is one that processes the data of materials being tested, storages, and displays the test data.
We now move on to the 10 commonly performed tests in UTM. Tensile test. In tensile tests, it is where you clamp and pull the object in order to determine the object's tensile strength, elongation, and tensile modulus. Compression test. In compression tests, it is where you apply force into the specimen or object until it reaches the ultimate stress and breaks the specimen. An object experiences a compressive stress when a squeezing force is applied on the object, so one object subjected to compressive stress is shortened. Seal strength tests. In tests for seal strength, these are basically tensile tests performed by a universal testing machine. A section of the package seal is gripped between jaws, one movable and one fixed, and pulled apart at a controlled rate. The force or energy required to separate the two sealed surfaces gives an indication of the seal strength. The bond strength test. With the UTM machine, the bond strength test is carried out to verify the adhesive force between the two layers of any material. The gliding force test. To check the smoothness between any two surfaces, the gliding force test is performed with the UTM machine. The best example is when this test is performed on syringes or injections. In this case, the test is carried out in compression mode and the injection head will be forced to a certain limit by the plunger.
Puncture test. In this test, you secure a circular section of material around its perimeter. Then you come down from above and press the material with a puncture probe until the material punctures. The force when the product breaks is called the puncture resistance. The 3-point bending flexural test provides values for the modulus of elasticity in bending, flexural stress, flexural strain, and the flexural stress-strain response of the material. In this test, a specimen with rectangular or flat cross-section is placed on two parallel supporting pins. The loading force is applied in the middle by means of loading pin. Coefficient of friction test. This is to evaluate the smoothness between two materials. Friction testing is performed by sliding one material over another at specified test conditions. A very specialized application is spring testing at UTM. Springs can be checked in tension as well as compression mode, depending on the final application of the particular spring. Springs can also be tested using the universal testing machine in cyclic mode, which would use both stress and compression modes for measuring.
UTM is typically marketed as texture analyzer in the food industry. There are no standards in the case of food testing, since each product made has different taste, texture, or formula, even though the end product can look similar. So every company comes up with its own standard that is practiced only in their organization and to keep confidentiality. Universal testing machines is a great multi-purpose scientific instrument in the heart of material science, and play a critical role in almost every manufacturing environment usually used for product development that can perform tests. Having a UTM on every manufacturing materials are helpful since it is digital. Makes the forces and load easy to read. Universal testing machine is a must-have in factories, especially if they are going to create product from raw materials, testing its hardness, tensile strength, resistance to strength, and others. The grades of materials can be tested and computed with the help of the UTM machines.
Thank you, everyone!